Hello everybody, welcome back to SimFly News. This is Roberto Capodieci, SimFly spokesperson, and I'm here to bring you weekly news, letting you know everything that is happening in SimFly. So this episode is the road to PAX. So we are going to look at what we're doing to arrive to the PAX token. First of all, after we launch flight analysis, we are monitoring your feedbacks. So far, we have good feedbacks on Microsoft Flight Simulator and Prepare 3D, and this is allow us to make it better and more precise on all the simulator, particularly on X-Plane. We're working to solve a few bugs that you have pointed out to us, and that's exactly why community is important and why we appreciate your feedbacks. So thanks to you all to letting us know what is wrong, working on it to make it work properly. Particularly, we had an error that says the flight never touched down, and they are working in this moment to fix it. Okay. Also on Sky Sentinel, there are some errors that we are fixing. Okay, so flight never touched down, Sky Sentinel saying things are wrong, so we are working to fix them. For those of you that use a VR headset to fly, we had obviously got complaints by the fact that Sky Sentinel is not appearing inside the VR helmet, so there is no way from somebody that is flying with the VR to know that the Sky Sentinel is asking your attention. We've been asked to add a sound or something, but we are working so that it can appear inside the headset. Means that it appears in the UI of the simulator, so it can be seen when you're wearing the VR helmet. So bear with us, we're working on this. We're gonna have it delivered as soon as possible. Next development will be related to the landing rate, so that we'll know exactly the quality of your landing and the precision of the landing and all the details that you need to know in order for us also to evaluate the quality of your flight and then give the correct amount of PAX. So that question that we receive in the question function. Everybody, those that missed the last week, there is a new section in the website. It's called AMA Q&A, so ask me anything, question and answer. You can go there. In the third tab there is the part to write a question for us and then vote the best question. Every week we're gonna reply to the most voted. We noticed a few bugs on the things because it's something that I developed very fast in an afternoon too, and the CSS was, practically the user interface had this part that were dark. It was hard to see what you were writing as being fixed, and now you can also share the question in social media or copy the link and it's working properly. There was a mistake in the code also there, so also the ask me anything question and answer part has been fixed, so please use it. Vote, not only vote the question that need to be answered, but also between the answer question vote the most important so they stay on top. Okay, when you search for an answer, you find it there, vote it so that it stay on top. If it's the most search question, people can notice it first. Okay, so important for that, the vote question you want to be answered and vote already answered questions so that stay on top. Okay, let's start. We received a question that got 11 votes, has been asked by either Saida San. I hope I said the name correctly. Sorry if I butchered the name. He says it would be great that questions should be asked after every 3 hours. So he's talking about the Sky Sentinel. In real world flight, there is a long flight, the pilot gets 3 hours of rest time. For example, like from EBBR to DB is 6 hours 30. And why Sky Sentinel actually is asking our attention more frequently? Because in real life, in long part of flight, there are 2 or even 3 pilots in the airplane, so there is always somebody sitting and paying attention to the cockpit and make sure everything is there and answer to any message that arrives. Okay, so one pilot is always there monitoring everything. This in flight simulator cannot be replicated because most of the time somebody's at home alone with the flight simulator. But the goal of the Sky Sentinel is not the one to make it harder for the pilot to fly long flights, but simply to avoid that in long range flight, the pilot can go sleep and leave the autopilot or stay hours away from there. Why we do this? Because that's why Sky Sentinel makes sure that somebody is there at the computer, because we give PAX token, so we cannot give PAX token to an automated system, so without somebody there. So we give PAX token only when we know that somebody is actually using the flight simulator. So it's important that somebody is always there at a computer. There are methods. If you work and fly with a friend, you give remote access to your computer to a friend that is somewhere else. Then you can go take a nap, and the friend can keep using the flight simulator and respond to the Sky Sentinel remotely. So you can simulate the idea that there are two pilots in the airplane at the same time. But if not, that's why we are using the Sky Sentinel. We are still developing things, and we're still calibrating the parameters of this stuff. So more feedback we get, we try to make these things less annoying and less we should almost not be there, but we need to do something, so we are working to make it less annoying as possible. Okay, so there, I hope it is answer the question. We got another question asked with 6 votes, but asked by Alpha Lima 17. Alpha Lima 17 asked, would it be possible to sell an asset directly to the SimFly bank and at what price and get equivalent in dollars? Thank you. So, no, the idea is this, you can sell assets to other users, and we are working on a marketplace to allow exchange between users, or you can transform it as an NFT, again, something we're implementing, and then sell it on the blockchain in a free market like OpenSea or something else as an NFT. So somebody will buy it from you. You cannot resell it back to SimFly, obviously, because the idea of maintaining SimFly is the one that we need to pay the expenses, and this is done by providing the assets. But it's a free market, so as soon as people don't want to play anymore, or they have piled up too many assets, they can sell it to other users. So if the price is good, or the asset already have a high level because it's already being upgraded to higher levels, in that case, another user can choose to buy from somebody else and not from the SimFly bank. It's free market. So this is how things are going to work. But the bank only sell new assets, so everything at level 1, so starting from 0, and only the premium assets are sold by the other users. So that's the advantage of the marketplace between users. Okay. Third question being asked, a very long question being asked by Explain Español. Here we go with 5 votes. And the question says, I made a 2-hour flight, and just upon landing, the error appears incorrectly. Says touchdown occurred outside designated airport. Since I show proof that I've landed safely on the side in the Discord channel, but the system made a mistake. There have been a failure regarding the coordinate, saying that I have not landed inside the airport. So what it means? It means that pilot lands in the airport, but the system detect the coordinate where the pilot is landed are not inside the area of the airport. So like if somebody land in a cornfield on a road or somewhere else, okay? So there is a way asked to validate the 2 hour of flight that I did that are being cancelled because the coordinates of the airport are not correct. In the future, when this happens, should we proceed at the pilot level, and how SimFly will proceed? So what is going to happen when something like this happen? How are those SimFly errors going to be treated? Thank you. So the answer is this. So obviously the goal is to avoid the error like this happen, thanks also to you telling us. So If you see that you landed in an airport and it's telling you that you land outside an airport, let us know which is the ICAO of the airport, which are the coordinates, whatever, so that we can go there, check, and fix the problem. As you imagine, there are more than 40,000 airports. It's gonna be difficult handling, make sure that all are okay. So we did a batch work to give each airport the best coordinates. So it's like we have the coordinate of the corner of two sides of the rectangle where the airport is inside. Okay, so sometimes those are not correct. It can happen during data transfer that some data is not correctly transposed. It may be wrong to start with. Majority of the airports are okay, but there might be some airports that are not okay. In this case, the only person that can do something if you notice that there is a problem is you. When you see this error, don't just get upset and leave, but tell us, let us know so that we can fix it and nobody else has the same problem. Okay? There will be the possibility maybe in the future to say no, but blah blah blah. What is good, and I think that's the important thing, is that your flight is saved. Okay, so even if it says that the mission's been cancelled, the flight's been cancelled because you landed outside the airport, but you did land correctly, your flight is saved. So as soon as we fix the coordinate of the airport to make them correct, it should automatically validate it as a good flight. Meaning that once we fix the coordinate of the airport, the flight is recalculated and valued proper because you landed inside the correct area. So this is something that possibly we can fix in the future. We are saving those data at the moment. So if you get this error, let us know, and most probably we can revalidate your flight. Okay, cannot guarantee this, but because we are still fixing mistakes and error, is something that we are saving at the moment. Okay, so we are going to possibly fix these mistakes even in a proactive way, like making your past flight that were cancelled actually good. Okay, question number 4, asked by Double Layer and has 5 votes, and he asked what will be the experience point amount for each license intermediate level. So which means is which will be the amount of experience point you will need to upgrade your license, because we're flying, we're collecting experience point, but what I'm gonna do with this experience point, how many are enough to do an upgrade? First of all, keep piling up. Maybe once we do let upgrade, you have enough experience point to do directly level 2 and 3 without going only level 2, maybe even 4 if you load a lot. But the answer to your question is that this information will be available in percentage in the section devoted to the wiki, the section that talk about upgrading a license, upgrading asset, only after the PAX token is going to be released. Why we cannot say it now? Because we need to balance between the PAX token earned, the cost to do the upgrade, the experience point necessary to do the upgrade. If we say something now, may be wrong, so we need to balance this thing. So once we release the PAX token, we are also going to release the information for the upgrade and the amount of experience point. Wow, this was long, but was a pleasant one. Road to PAX, and we are working for you. Give us feedback, subscribe to our social media, our Discord server, subscribe to the newsletter if you are not, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and remember, SimFly, take off and get more.